Welcome back. Unfortunately, I'm welcoming you back to Apex Fight Night, but it's okay because the card actually isn't as bad as a regular Apex Fight Night. We've got Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim as the main event, and there's a couple of other sneaky good fights sprinkled throughout. So, first fight of the night is Ketlin Souza versus Ariane Cornelosi. Uh, Ketlin Souza has a win over, what is it, Piero Rodriguez? Is that it? That it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Ketlin Souza lost to Pierre Rodriguez in a split decision, whereas yeah, Elise Hartlin, what? Canalosi, Canalosi won because she got headbutted. So yeah, that's why this fight's been made, I guess. We're gonna go with Souza. We're gonna go with Souza for this one. It's probably gonna be a boring decision. Yeah, not really much more to say about that, to be honest with you. They're both pretty poo. And it's also WMMA, so who really cares? You can probably just skip that one, to be honest with you. Next, we've got Jaisla Chavez versus Yun Yunesi Dubuen. These get easier. The names get easier, okay? Yunesi Dubuen. Both girls have a couple of knockouts outside the UFC. Do they have any inside the UFC? I do believe we're just coming from contenders over here. Yes, we are. Yeah. So been knocked out in the UFC, so it seems. So yeah, tough one between the two. I defer to Tapology, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a decision as well. I think they're going to have too much respect for each other's power, considering that they do seem to have knockouts. But it seems that Chavez is the the favorite by decision, and I was thinking it's going to go to a decision. So yeah, I'm going to go with Chavez by decision. I think Carly Judice bonking you is a bit of a shocker. Well, a bit of a shame for Duban. So maybe Chavez can exploit that chin. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it's going to be another decision. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be another boring decision. So on to the next one. We've got Jordan Levitt versus Jordanson Brito. Uh, I'm going to go with Brito. I'm going with Brito. Levitt's pretty good. I think he's on a two-fight win streak right now. He's coming off of a little hiccup against Chase Hooper. There is, yeah, and then he's bounced back with two good wins. Brito, yeah, Gomez is good. Sabatini's all right as well. To be fair, uh, not the worst losses, and he has bounced back as well. But the momentum is definitely in the Monkey King's favor. No, I still lean towards Brito, to be honest with you. I think when the fight's not going Levitt's way, he tends to just kind of fade and give up. Um, at least that's what I've witnessed in his previous losses. That if it's not going entirely his way, he gets uncomfortable and then he starts losing the fight. So yeah, I think Brito can make Levitt uncomfortable enough to turn the fight in his favor. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Brito again. I think it might even go to a decision. To be honest with you, I do think it's gonna go to a decision. So yeah, we're gonna go with Brito by decision over Levitt. And that's three decisions in a row to start the night off. And then we get another women's fight. We've got professional marathoner Chelsea Chandler versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Chelsea Chandler's awful. Chelsea Chandler's probably going to try and run away. What is Chelsea Chandler's record, right? Two fight losing? Yeah, coming off a two-fight skid. Thank you, Jocelyn Edwards, for absolutely chinning this bitch. And yeah, she's not good. She's not good. No, not at all. She's awful. She's awful. And you know what? Cachoeira's not amazing either. Like Priscilla Cachoeira's not that good either. But I do think she'll beat Chelsea Chandler. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cachoeira by decision again. Another decision. Four back to back to back to back to back. Yikes. Next up, we've got Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chariez. Bit of a more difficult one to pick. Momentum is in Chariez's favor. Chariez's favor. It's a shame, really. I mean, the level of competition that Bruno Silva's lost to isn't the worst. Manel Cap, decent. Joshua Van, champion now. You know, Charles Johnson is a bit like but that's the split decision, and he fights to level anyway. So, you know, that's just how it be, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I lean towards Sharias. I really do. But then is he on the level of Manel Cap? Joshua Van, Charles Johnson. Why do I keep wanting to say Jordan? Charles Johnson. You know, is he on the level of a Charles? Is Sharias on the level of Charles Johnson? You know, he's got a pretty good split decision win over Felipe Boone, so I don't rate highly. Yeah, I don't know. Tough one, tough one. Decision loss. You know what? I think based on that, I think Bruno Silva getting chinned versus Sharias going to a decision. I think I'm going to go with Sharias, but I think again I'm probably going to have to go with Edgar Sharias by decision again. Another decision, back to back to back to back to back to back. But it's all right. They're going to be, some of them are going to be entertaining. This one's going to be great. Chelsea Chandler versus Cacahuez is going to be great. Chelsea Chandler's going to be like trying to run away. Her fight style's running away. If you don't know, she just kind of turns and runs around. So we could see points deducted for timidity, you know. But realistically, Chelsea Chandler's going to try and set a new lap record around the cage. So that's going to be entertaining to watch. Next up, we've got Marcus McGee versus John Yanez. Tough one for me. I am leaning towards Marcus McGee. If you know, you know. I am leaning towards Marcus McGee. Yeah, he lost to Peter Yan. Peter Yan's now champion. But before that, he was absolutely blasting dudes away. Absolutely just putting work in. An older dude, late into the game. He is a bit of a maniac. He just throws everything with major heat. He breaks down your guard and then breaks you down. And I'm all game on that style. Love that style. So yeah. I do think he's going to absolutely mollywop Yannis. So yeah, I'm going to go with Marcus McGee, and I'm going to go with TKO over John Yannis. And that's going to be the first finish of the night, I think. Maybe this one, but I don't think so. I think Marcus McGee is going to be the first finish of the night. Nice little knockout over John Yannis. On to the next one, we've got Matt Schnell versus Costa. Alessandro Costa. I read it eventually. Just took me a second for the dyslexia to wear off. Right. Matt Schnell is basically just kind of who the UFC feed to people. So yeah, so he's probably being fed to Costa right now. And to be fair, Costa isn't really. He's all right. To be fair, he's all right. So yeah, we're gonna go with Costa. Do I think he finishes Schnell? Yeah, I could see. I could see him knocking out Matt Schnell. It's Matt Schnell. So yeah, we're gonna go with Costa by knockout over Matt Schnell. On to the next one. We're gonna get another knock. See, this is good. See, we go through what we slog through all these. This could be a finish right here. This could be a finish. And to be fair, Levitt could submit Brito, but I don't think he will. This could be a knockout for Chavez, or Duben. You know, not counting out either, but probably, you know, most likely a knockout for Chavez. Going to be a decision though. Let's be honest, it's going to be a decision. Levitt could submit Brito, but I think Brito's going to win by a decision. And Chelsea Chandler is probably just going to run away until a decision happens. So yeah, you know, this will be a decent scrap. You know, Bruno Silva versus Edgar Sharias. I don't even know how you pronounce that. But yeah, Marcus McGee going to get the knockout. Matt Schnell going to get knocked out by Costa. And again, I think we're going to get a hat-trick of knockouts after all those boring fights. There is potential, but I think they're going to go to a decision. Then we've got Iwo Baronetsky versus Junior Taffa. I'm going to go with Iwo. I'm going with Iwo. Just an absolute machine. Just chinning everybody. I picked Ibo Aslan to beat him. And you know, I was winning with Ibo. You know, Ibo hadn't let me down yet, and then he met Ibo. Then Ibo met Iwo. And then all bets were off. But yeah, I think he's going to continue the chin streak. Junior Taffa's too inconsistent, whereas Iwo is proven to be very consistent with at least getting the finishes. And you know what? It's going to be an entertaining scrap no matter what. I think they're going to go out there and they're going to stand and bang, and that's what we want to see. So yeah, I think Iwo gets the knockout again. So that's going to be 3 knockouts in a row. I think Marcus McGee gets the knockout, then Costa, then Iwo Baronetsky. On to the next one. We've got my boy Bryce Mitchell. My favourite, Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. This is a change, right? He was supposed to be fighting Victor Henry. Yeah, he was supposed to be fighting Victor Henry, but that's okay. It's fine. We excel under pressure, don't we, Bryce? We excel under pressure. Yeah. Look, Luna's pretty good. Okay, I know he's not like been here long, but like he's good. He's good. He's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Bryce has been a little bit, a little bit shaky, in his last 5 fights. I've got to be honest. He's been a little bit shaky. Um, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Everyone's thinking, well, the majority of people on Tapology are thinking Bryce by a decision. I'm actually thinking that there might be a submission in the future. I do. I think, yeah, I don't think that Luna's going to be as good in the grappling as a Gene Silva, per se. It's just not going to happen. He's Mexican, so he's going to scrap, So I think if Bryce Mitchell really can get into the grappling and get stuck in and make it in a more of a grappling exchange, I think he can get the submission over Luna. Yeah. So through that mental gymnastics, we're going to go with Bryce Mitchell by submission. On to the next one. We've got Fares Ziam versus Tom Nolan. Another one that's a little bit tough. Let me just crack this can. Got a bit. Been talking for 10 minutes now. Need a little sippage right there. But yeah, we've got Fares Ziam versus Tom Nolan. Fares Ziam, very good in my opinion. I'm not just going to discount him because he's French. Normally we would do that. But yeah, you got to give credit where it's due. There's a good talent pool coming out of France at the minute. And as you can see, Tapology does indeed think that Fares Ziam is going to win this one. But I'm here to play devil's advocate, if only for a moment. If only for a moment. I think it's possible for Tom Nolan to get another submission victory over Fares Ziam. I do. Not another one over Fares Ziam, but another submission victory this time over Fares Ziam. I know it's not Tom Nolan's go-to, but if we take a look at the history, of Ziam, okay, there is a method to beating him that doesn't really seem to have been corrected. Doesn't really seem to have been corrected even into his UFC career. And it's only a slight disadvantage, and that is if Tom Nolan can get to Ziam and push the pace really early, like first rounds, straight away, come across, push the pressure, make Ziam respect him a little, get him down or get to the back immediately and go for that choke. While they're dry, before they start getting sweaty, yeah, just go straight for that choke. That seems to be the method to beating Fares Ziam, provably so far. Sure, you can try and decision him, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I do think Tom Nolan can probably get it done. I know he's being discounted. I know he's moderate underdog. I know he's being counted out here, but I do actually think he can get a submission over Fares Ziam. I do. I think the game plan is there, and I think if his gym's doing him any justice, which he's doing all right. He's doing all right. Yeah, I think the game plan's there, and I do think Tom Nolan can follow it out. So follow it through. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Tom Nolan against my better judgment. That's my underdog of the card. Oopsie daisy! You've ruined it. You've ruined everything. I didn't even want to go on that page. I'm just gonna go back now anyway. Cloud flare. Anyway. I'm going with Tom Nolan. I know it's crazy. I know it's wild, but I'm going with Tom Nolan. I'm going with Tom Nolan by submission over Fares Ziam. I think his corner can build a game plan to get Fares Ziam out of there. The blueprint exists. You just got to look for it, So my underdog pick, Tom Nolan. On to the next one. We've got Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian. Co-main event. Brendan Allen, coming off 2 fights, beat a very one-dimensional Marvin Vettori, and managed to, beat the shit out of Rana Derrida pretty efficiently, to be honest with you. Shabazian, not really. Nunes is good. Nunes is good. Protoski's alright. Budka's alright. I suppose he lost to you know, Meerschaert. Damn. That's a bit of a blemish, in it, on your records, getting done by old Meerschaert. Then again, Meerschaert was tough right until the end, weren't he? He was tough right until the end. As if he's dead. He was tough right until the retirement, okay? He's not dead. He's not dead. Anyway, tough one for me to pick. It really is. Really is a tough one for me to pick. I don't like Brendan Allen. Simple as that. I just don't like Brendan Allen. I don't like him. There's no greater like thing to it. I was made up when Nasruddin Imavov won. I was made up when Anthony Hernandez won. I think he lost to Chris Curtis. I do. I think that should be a 3-fight skid. I do. He struggled early on with Marvin Vettori's jab, and that's all Marvin Vettori has. Like, how do you not game plan around? He's gonna just jab me. He's just gonna jab. It's Marvin Vettori. 1-2. 1-2 Vettori. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go with another underdog pick. I'm going to go with Edmund Shabazian as my underdog pick over Brendan Allen. Maybe it's my hatred of Brendan Allen blinding me. I don't even hate him. I'm just being dramatic. I don't like him. I just don't like his fight style. I think he's a bit of a whine and bitch as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's that. I'm going to go with Edmund Shabazian. Maybe my hatred of Brendan Allen has blinded me. But I'm going to go with Edmund Shabazian. I think... Do I think he's going to finish him? Probably not. Probably not. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Maybe. Nah, fuck it. Brendan Allen's gonna win by a decision. Brendan Allen's gonna win by a decision. I'm probably gonna have some side action on Edmund Shabazian winning this fight. I think he's not. It's not ludicrous, but I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen. I've taken Tom Nolan to beat Pharisee. I'm pushing me luck as it is. I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen to beat Edmund Shabazian by decision. And finally, the main event: Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah, I don't rate the Bonfims super highly, to be honest with you. But you know, evidently they're not terrible. Gabriel is the better of the Bonfims. Yeah, 2-fight skid. JDM and Ian Machado Gary. Not the best of looks for Belal Muhammad, to be fair, not the best of looks. But that is the case. And he has been cursed, is the thing. So, yeah. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it? It's as simple as he's got the curse now. I mean, there's like... I could do the MMA maths. I could be like, oh, Belal Muhammad can really grapple, and he's probably going to out-grapple Gabriel Bonfim, and Bonfim's going to get dragged into the deep water by Belal Muhammad. And that's how it should go. That's how it should go. But he's touched the welterweight belt now. He's had the welterweight belt, which means he's cursed. It's just how it goes. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just how it goes. That is how it goes. You get the belt, you go down the toilet. Leon Edwards, you know? I mean, we can trace the belt. You know, we can trace the belt's lineage. You touch the belt, you become Tony Ferguson. You become welterweight Tony Ferguson. That's just how it goes. You become Israel Adesanya. Yeah, you become Leon Edwards is on his way there. Yeah, that's just how it goes. You touch the belt, you're cursed. So yeah, Belal Muhammad loses to Gabriel Bonfim via curse, via whatever fucking black magic, whatever voodoo has been put upon that fucking welterweight belt. It's just a weird division. Like, for the longest time, there was just no grapplers in welterweight, and then we got a couple of grapplers and they took over, and now they're starting to kind of, you know, level out a bit more now and diversify and round their games off. But yeah, it's just a weird division as welterweight. But yeah, he's got the curse. Belal's cursed. He's going to lose via curse. Yeah. That's my prediction. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gabriel Bonfim by TKO, by knockout. I'm going to go with Gabriel Bonfim by TKO over Belal Muhammad. as we know about the case, the thing is with the case is that right there and that right there, they're bad. They're like, that's unfortunate for Bilal Muhammad. But the thing about the case is that it only gets worse. So now he's probably going to get knocked out, and then he's probably going to get submitted. That's usually how the case works. So yeah, so we're going to go with Gabriel Bonfim by knockout over Bilal Muhammad. Bilal's been cased, he's compromised, and yeah, I think that does conclude this prediction video. I might be live, I might not. I'm actually going on holiday, so we'll see. I say going on holiday, driving up the road, but it's a good holiday. It's good. I'm getting away for a bit, getting away for a little bit. Maybe I'll do my predictions while I'm away. Who knows? But until next time, keep your chin down, keep swinging, peace and love. I'll see you around.